What in the past year are you most proud of?
Ooh. I would say really just expanding some of the work that we're doing. We've got multiple reef sites out now. One of our first fully funded city reefs with the city of Hollywood, they graciously got engaged and supported a full reef deployment, which we're now looking at doing a second one this coming year. We recently got a co-funding with the Reef Line. We're excited to help build Reef Line up in Miami Beach, which is going to be a 7-mile underwater art park that also has all the restoration capacities that we do with Ocean Rescue Alliance work. So those are two of the really, really big reef site developments. But beyond that, we've been expanding internationally and, again, really focusing on structures that are biofunctional. So we've moved forward and had a lot of advanced research partnered with the University of Miami to look at hybrid structures that are breakwaters that actually protect against coastal erosion and create coastal resiliency. I mean, as we're sitting here now in Surfside, Florida, of course, last year, they had infrastructure in a condo collapse. And that's just, part of the inherent risk as we're facing with climate change and going all the way up the coastline to New York and areas that are already at zero sea level. Right, they're at ground zero right now, and some of them are negative. And so how are we going to combat rising sea levels and just jeopardized infrastructure? We have billions of dollars of assets and communities that rely on these coastlines. How do we create a sustainable way to protect them? And so we've been really focusing on working through collaborative partnerships and designing these breakwaters that can reduce wave energy, protect against erosion and meet that need, but at the same time create habitat and aid in restoration. So we can create these holistic sites of what I say, designing a zone for different biological purposes. So I'd say we're most proud of making more advancements in that stance of being able to actually implement at scale very realistic solutions that not only impact the marine environment in a very beneficial way, but actually meet an immediate community need that we're seeing, like dire crisis around the world, right? Even throughout Caribbean islands. And we just got back from Guyana a few weeks ago, which is 6 feet below sea level. And they have flooding regularly without heavy storms. And we're looking at doing seawall enhancements and breakwaters there to help meet that kind of climate adversion risk while creating habitat and being able to engage community at the same time. So I'd say that those 3 sectors are really what we're most proud of, and then of course being able to expand new programs and engage communities as well.
So there's like kind of 2 basic things, right? You're like creating artificial reef systems so that the waves aren't as impactful when they hit the land. Mm-hmm. And second is creating new habitats and space for marine species to rejuvenate in a way, right? Mm-hmm. That's kind of 2 of the big purposes, right?
Yeah, those are 2 of the core fundamentals. In addition to that is doing restoration. So it's kind of what we call combining gray and green infrastructure, where you're taking a man-made, complex artificial reef that we make out of an environmentally friendly concrete, but combine that with outplanting biological species such as corals, oysters, and mangroves. Here in South Florida, we've mostly focused on corals, but we can expand to other species, and we're getting ready to do that right now on the west coast of Florida with oysters and mangroves.
So in the last year, you've scaled quite a bit.
Yes, yeah, quite a bit. We've got some of our first employees, which is awesome. I mean, we've really grassroots grown this with a lot of faith, and I think that's just a testament to the project potentials that we have in the future. I mean, our reef builder graciously donated not only his time and R&D and for construction, but actually all the materials for building our first reef. The county of Palm Beach actually donated a barge for us to get our first reef out. And so we had a collective of not only government support and academic research, for example, with the University of Miami and Nova Southeastern, that's done thousands of dollars of research in collaboration with us that's helped advance not only our work, but for us to be able to work together. So just coming from where we've grown in the last 5 years to, now really scaling up our work, actually working with government agencies under contracts, and being able to hire our first employees has been really a humbling blessing, because now we're able to take that even a step further. So we're really looking forward to these projects starting, like the Reef Line and the next rendition of the City of Hollywood Reef. So we're making moves forward.
That's awesome. It's so exciting to hear too.